Well, it's like the late, great Kenny Rogers used to say, you gotta know when to hold 'em, you gotta know when to fold 'em. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today is gonna be a super exciting video because I picked up some parts that I have been looking for quite some time. Now, it's no secret that as far as the new Edge Mustang goes, the 0304 Terminator Cobras are the best of the breed. But besides the incredible power of the Eaton 4.6 liter dual overhead cam engine, there are a couple of styling cues that were only available on that car. And there's one in particular that I wanted for my 99 Mustang GT, and I finally got it. So let's get over to the workbench and take a look at what we've got. Okay, so here is the box containing the parts that I purchased for the 1999 Mustang GT. All I told you so far is that they are from a Terminator, and they're part of the styling package for the Terminator. And this is something I've wanted for a very long time, so I've already opened them up and take a look. So let's pop it open and show you what we have. I was able to find a set of 2003-2004 Terminator Cobra mirrors, and they're actually in the correct metallic silver that my Mustang is. Now, if you've never heard about what's so special about these mirrors, number one, they are body colored. So these came off a silver metallic 2004 Cobra, to be exact, and they're also folding. They fold in, much like the export mirrors that they made in the mid to late 90s. But the thing is, these only came on the Cobras, and they look really, really nice on any new age Mustang. So these are going for a pretty, decent chunk of change. I got a pretty good deal on these, but these should really, really set off the look of my Mustang in a very subtle way. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to take the existing stock mirrors off of the car and swap them for these. So the tools that you'll need for this job are a ratchet and either an 11mm or 7/16 socket, a Phillips head screwdriver, an assortment of plastic pry tools, or at least a regular screwdriver. It's also a good idea to have a rag on hand so that you don't scratch your plastics. So let's get in the car. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is lower the windows. And we're going to have to remove this cover right here, this Mach 460 screen grill. Sometimes you can actually just pull them out, but right from the front here, we use one of our plastic pry tools. We should be able to get in here and just pop it out. There's really nothing holding these in. And once that's loose, now you can see the speaker. Now this speaker is going to stay intact, but in here is where there's going to be a screw. So we're going to remove that screw and pull this speaker out of the way. Unscrew this. Now, it's always good to have a magnet on hand so you can pick up all of these fasteners and make sure you don't lose them. I think I'll just leave this right on the magnet and pull this speaker out of the way. You can actually see 1, 2, 3 bolts. This is what's holding the mirror on. Unfortunately, down below here is where the wiring for the power mirror is. So it's actually underneath here. So we're gonna have to take this off to get to it, but what we can do very carefully is unplug this sub harness and remove the speaker. So what we have to do now is we have to remove this door cup. And there's one clip here, and there's also one at the bottom. And I've been told that if you simply pull up, it will pop straight up. Now, these have never been off in 20 years, so I'm a bit gun shy here of putting too much pressure on it. So that's where I'm gonna use my little plastic pry tools and be very, very delicate with it, because I certainly don't want to break these. Okay, well, that took a few years off my life, giving that a real nice pull. And yep, the clips are still in great shape. Nothing to worry about here. This is your power mirror switch. You're gonna have to disconnect these wires here. And on the back, you have 2 Phillips head screws to remove all of the lock and window switches. So let's get to that. So now, what's holding on this door panel should be 2 Phillips head screws. I see one here, and I thought there was one here. There's also a Christmas tree fastener. I don't know if you could see that, right over here, which we can get off fairly easy, hopefully, with this removal tool. There we go. Pull it out just a little bit with the tool. And this is where I like to put that rag so you don't scratch up your interior. Okay, and there it is. So I used a needle nose pliers just to give it a little bit more of a grab without breaking this, but this is the fastener. You see, it's one of those Christmas trees that just pushes straight in. So now we're going to remove this screw right here with a standard Phillips head. Okay, with everything out now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit up on the bottom of the door frame. Now, I'm not gonna take this door handle cup out. I'm just gonna move it kind of forward, I guess. It should be able to clear it. Let's see. Oh, it was just a door handle. All right, well, let's take this and put it to the side. And the very next thing is going to be that pesky wiring. And here it is right here. This is the mirror wiring. We're gonna have to take this off, which is 2 regular Phillips head screws, pull off this little cover, and then we should be able to access the wiring for the mirrors. And we are going to unplug the mirror wiring just like that. So now it's time to finally remove the mirror. Break these nuts free. Now, it's always a good idea to stay here and hold the mirror, because you certainly don't want it falling on your paint and scratching up your car. I like to remove all 3 pretty much down to the end, but don't take them off completely. I'd rather do that by hand. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. And for the first time since 1999, this mirror should come off. Remember to be careful and feed the wiring through. Oh, look how dirty that is. That's not gonna work for me. We're gonna have to clean that up before we put the new mirror on. I did check the mirror and it's working perfectly. I'm just gonna snug these up. You don't have to totally destroy and kill these nuts. Wow. You know what I mean. Tighten them up. And let's start putting it back together. So I have to tell you, that looks absolutely amazing. I gotta clean these up a little bit, maybe throw a coat of wax on them. But the color, since they're OEM Ford, is spot on. They work, they look amazing. I think they really do give it a unique look. So let's get on to the other side. car is all done, and I have to say, I absolutely love the mirrors and the look that it gives the car. These are plug and play, bolt right on, and to be honest with you, they should, because they're OEM Ford. If you're lucky enough to find a set of mirrors that came off a car that's the identical color like I did, you're in great shape. But even if you have to get them painted to match your car, it's not a big deal. The only downside to these mirrors that I can find is the cost. At the time of this video, they're going anywhere between $400 and $600. We're not talking amber Cobra taillights need to mortgage my house money, but that is considerably more than a set of stock replacement Mustang mirrors. And they're getting tougher and tougher to find because they only came on 2 years of one model Mustang. So if you see a good deal on a set of mirrors, I would grab them up as quick as you can. I really think it changes the look of a car in a very subtle way. I also kind of like the ability to fold the mirrors in while the car is in the garage. You know, people tend to bump into things. I have to give a big shout out to Danny Johnson. He is a great YouTube content creator that really knows his stuff on the New Edge Mustangs, and he actually made a video on how to swap these mirrors, and it was a real big help for me to watch that before tackling this project on my own car. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and please consider subscribing to get all the latest content here on the channel, because I have more mods coming for this New Edge Mustang, and I can't wait to show them to you. And as usual, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.